funny. And
okay, Jessica, can you tell us the story of Cinderella?
Yes. Well, there was this girl and her parents died, so she's an orphan, and she went to go live with her aunt and her 3 stepsisters, and she had to clean and cook for them, and she was really sad. That's the right story. And then one day this guy came over and he was looking for dates for the prince, and stop.
Little turd.
And so he interviewed all the stepsisters, and he asked for all the women in the house, but they said that nobody else was there, and Cinderella was there. And so she made her own dress, and she went to the ball, and she danced with the prince, and he fell in love with her, and then she ran away, and she left her glass slipper on the stairs, and then he picked up the glass slipper, and he was like, I have to find this girl, and so he went around town and put this shoe on every girl, and eventually he found her, and they fell in love.
Beautiful story.
Wait,
Emperor's New Clothes.
okay. I don't know the whole story in detail, but I know it involves this emperor, and he was like really rich, and he wanted the most ornate and original clothes, and so he had this guy come over who was gonna make him these clothes, but they were invisible, and so he was naked, and he went out on this parade, but he didn't have any clothes on, but he was like pretty sure that his clothes were awesome, but they told him that only he could see them or something.
He was fucking naked.
Or like he couldn't see them, but everybody else could. It was weird. That was the story.
so you want to know what the actual story was?
Okay. Can you tell us the story of the 3 billy goat scruff?
Well, they were trying to cross a bridge.
Okay, can you tell us the story of the ugly duckling?
Yes. There was this beautiful swan, and she had all these little ducks, and they were really pretty and white. Then she had this one duck, and he was ugly, and he was black and splotchy. Nobody wanted to play with him, so he would play all by himself, and all the pretty ducks would go over here. And finally, he realized that he was beautiful because he was different. So they all realized that too, and they were jealous of him because they were all the same and he was different.
What was the moral of that story?
It's good to be different.
Wait, do you have a pen? I'm going to mark the ones that I asked you already.
Well, there was this guy, and he was really deformed, and he had a hunchback, and he lived up in the bell tower, and he would just ring his bell all day, but everybody was scared of him. And then one day there was this gypsy named Esmeralda, and she would run around being the gypsy and selling necklaces, and she went up there and she met him, and he was really nice, and they became friends, and he finally went out in public, and people loved him. The end.
Did you like the hunchback? You thought he should be Esmeralda's boyfriend?
Yeah, I just liked Esmeralda.
And the hunchback.
And the hunchback. He was cute.
Here we go. Tell the story of the Princess and the Pea.
Yes. Well, there was this princess, and she was sleeping on a bed, and there was a pea under her bed, and she could feel it, and they stacked all these mattresses up, and even when they put the little pea under it, she could still feel it, or something.
You know what the moral of that story was?
Don't complain.
How about Goldilocks and 3 Bears?
Porridge, and she went to their house and ate all their porridge, and she didn't like it. And there was a cute little bear.
Is that it? You know the moral of that story?
Don't eat other people's porridge.
What about Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, well, you know, her grandma was sick, and so she was like, Mom, I'm gonna go through the woods and take Grandma this food and these flowers. She was going through the forest, and she made it to her grandma's house, and then there was this wolf in her grandma's bed, and she went in there and she was like, Grandma, what big teeth you have. Actually, that's not what he started off with. But obviously it was not her grandma, it was a wolf. And in the real story, he ate her. But in the made-up story, this axeman comes and chops up the wolf.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us